Hello, YouTube and X. It's your main man, BTM here, bringing you back to the BTM Crypto News Network. So thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we're talking about ZBCN. We had the XRP earlier. Now this is the ZBCN Live. So thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And drum roll, please. Zebec plus XRP plus Japan, real time money, stablecoins, Neobank Fintech could wake up. Important framing for the video. I would not say a Zebec and Ripple partnership confirmed unless you have an official Ripple Zebec press pass and a verified company post. I found social media aggregation claims saying this, but a stronger verified angle. Zebec is building real-time PayFi infrastructure. Zebec or Ripple, SBI are pushing RLUSD into Japan. Japan's moving deeper into stable coins, and stable coin payment infrastructure is becoming a massive financial trend. So, family, listen. Come one, come everybody. We might be looking at one of the most boring sounding but most powerful narratives in crypto. Payroll, yes, payroll. The thing that makes your boss vanish every day and make your bank account look like it's just surviving the bear market. Today we're talking about Zebec XRP Japan, stablecoin, Neobanks Fintech apps, real-time payroll, and why ZBCN could be sitting in the middle of a PayFi story that most people are still sleeping on. So let me be clear. I'm not here to sell you moon boy hopium with rocket emojis and calculators from future. We're going to separate fact from speculation, from rumors and opportunity. By the end of the live stream, you'll know why words, real time money might become one of the biggest crypto narratives. So before we get started, type ZBCN if you're holding Zebec, type XRP if you came from the XRP army, and type Japan if you think Asia is about to lead the next wave of regulated crypto. So definitely type Japan in there and Zebec. So let's go to some shorts and we'll come back. Zebec, what up? New wave, where you been, fam? In my Ice Cube voice, yeah, yeah, yeah. Was it yeah, yeah, yeah? Yeah, yeah. I don't forgot. ZBCN. What up, Dave? Or Silver Days. Thanks for coming back. And my chassis flower? Chassel flower? Sunflower? Sunflower. They're having ZBCN recap on May 6th and just confirming the Vegas announcement. Definitely. But let's go over to some shorts and see what we can see. Let me start that screen share. And first thing up is this is Simon. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, Simon, the CEO of Zebec.
This has to be something that's coming from the top or something that employees are demanding.
Yeah.
And now we're seeing more and more employees and contractors actually say, wait, I do want to get paid in stablecoins. It makes my life way more flexible. I can send money abroad. I can use cards. And that's the grassroots effort we're seeing at Zebec.
Okay. So, Simon, when you look at your product roadmap and you think about all the new innovations that we're seeing on a lot of these crypto-based credit cards, crypto-based debit cards, now we're still seeing yield bearing as well as rewards that are coming in on crypto, paid back in crypto. What kind of things are you guys implementing that would be potentially down the road?
I swear I've moved this freaking desktop 6 times today trying to get the monitors to line up, and I'm still working on it. So that's Michelle Sunflower. Okay, I'm tripping. Thought that was my chess. That does make sense. Michelle Sunflower. What up, Flair Kim? What's going on with you? Next update is, who is this? This is crypto news. That first one was born in September. Okay. This is crypto news. Zebec CEO visits Ripple headquarters partnership.
Shouldn't exist. Zebec CEO inside Ripple headquarters? Yeah, XRP Ripple. Think about that. Zebec Network is building real-time payroll and payment rails, and Ripple is already plugged into banks worldwide. These aren't random projects. They both play in payments. So when Zebec's co-founder posts from inside Ripple's offices, that's not just a selfie. That's access. That's conversation. And in crypto, this is usually how partnerships start. No announcement, no headlines, just signals. So the real question is, was this just a visit or the first hint of a Zebec and Ripple move? Well, I guess not the first hint after Zebec went to RippleCon or whatever it's called and made the deal with Stellar Lumens. What do you think? What do you think is going on? Let me know in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. This photo shouldn't exist. Zebec.
So that was crypto news. This is Grow Rich, Grow Happy. You won't notice this shift until a Zebec Network.
Again, this is not financial advice, but this ain't one of those I'm getting in because now it's been announced and it's just going to automatically go to $1 or whatever. It's not about that. It's about seeing the future being laid out in front of each and every one of us. It's not hidden. This is war on the banks. I'm just going to put it that way. And this is a better way of life for everyone. That's why I feel good holding my bag of ZBCN. And I want you guys to be glad that you're holding it. We were in early. And this is just the start. This is just the beginning of where this price is going to go. I believe that. Will we get some pullback? Yes. Are the haters still going to come out and say, hey, why the price ain't up? Why the price ain't up? We have solid utility with this. And you already know, especially if you looked at that flywheel the Zebec Network put out, you already know also the tokenomics, how all of this is going to affect us, the coin holders. Again, this is not financial advice, but this ain't one of those I'm getting in because now it's been announced and it's just going to automatically go to $1 or whatever. It's not about that. It's about.
So shout out to Grow Rich and Grow Happy. This is the Zebec Nation podcast, and this is a recap.
We're building the rails for the real-time finance economy. We always ask ourselves, why do payments take so long? Why is payroll done every 2 weeks or every month, right? And it comes down to the friction of payments. So by building technology on the blockchain, you're able to make real-time payments a reality. So we've been working on this for 5 years. We've made enormous strides in the past couple of years. We've now expanded out of our home of Solana onto other chains, and we're making a really big announcement here today as well. sure many of our community members know that Zebec has been in talks with Ripple now for a long, long time. And we're making it official. Zebec is officially partnering with Ripple.
Turn it up.
Zebec Nation.
So shout out to 312 Crypto in the Zebec Nation. Seemed like you guys had a ball in Vegas. We got to get to Vegas, man, or actually just the next XRP conference. And I need to Google that. When is the next XRP conference? Keeping it moving. This is a Zebec Nation Monday morning news. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, why is there no sound?
Okay, welcome back everyone to the Zebec Gazette, brought to you by the Zebec Nation podcast, the only show where payroll streams and stablecoins flex. And I'm your host, Zebec Lantern, your favorite source for Zebec news, questionable enthusiasm, and the occasional financially irresponsible laugh. I hope you all are having a great Monday morning because we have breaking news. Let's get right into it. Breaking news, everyone. Breaking news, everyone. Breaking news, everyone. Watch this.
Our community members know that Zebec has been in talks with Ripple now for a long time, and we're making it official. Zebec is officially partnering with Ripple.
Oh, drop the mic once again. Thank you, Simon, aka Jimmy Neutron. Okay, moving on. Now we have a 3-minute longer clip from Ruel. Thank you, Ruel.
Primarily about U.S. focus here. I know there's a lot of opportunities for things like remittances and cross-border payments and information as well. Like how do you look at global adoption and what that involves?
Well, compliance is a mobile focus, right? I mean, if you're working with a large enterprise, the first question is going to be, what are your compliance standards, right? What is your AML? What is your KYC? We've checked all those boxes now. Now it comes down to which stablecoins are you working with, right? Now I'll stablecoins are created the same. I'd say RLUSD is probably the premier, most respected institutional grade stablecoin out there. So it's going to be an incredible addition to our portfolio. And it comes down
well, like how do you look at global adoption and what that involves?
well, compliance is a mobile focus, right? I mean, if you're working with a large enterprise, the first question is going to be, what are your compliance standards, right? What is your AML? What is your KYC? We've checked all those boxes now. Now it comes down to which stablecoins are you working with, right? Not all stablecoins are created the same. I'd say RLUSD is probably the premier, most respected institutional grade stablecoin out there. So it's going to be an incredible addition to our portfolio and make sales to these enterprises so much easier.
And the same way, I think we saw just a flood of enterprises and large institutions look at stablecoins. We talked a bit about how more regulatory clarity, both from the agencies and at the legislative level, to continue to unlock use cases and allow you guys to build new things. Where do you see that heading? Again, without getting into the over/under on the date, like what do you think would be unlocked for you guys if we continue to see this focus on regulation and compliance continue to develop?
It builds more trust in the system, and I think really the next leg of growth is going to see corporate balance sheets and treasuries coming on chain. Obviously, that's been a big focus of Ripple's through its own acquisitions. It's something that we're closely monitoring at Zebec, because if corporate balance sheets are now held in stablecoins, payroll becomes even that much easier to do at a click of a button. There's no on and off ramping.
So the inevitable is occurring, but we were told this years ago. I only found it last year in July. I don't even know if I'm the first one to find it. I'm just showing you guys this. So if someone posted about it first, don't get mad at me. I'm just showing you my post from last July. So this is from a Forbes article. This is real, as you can see.
Decentralized Web3 platforms like Ripple, Stellar, and Zebec are positioning to transform the payment space by addressing the limitations of traditional payment systems to combine technology and finance seamlessly. paving the way for a new era of frictionless global payments. Boom. So the fudders kind of just make things up daily. They ignore information that is already out there. I don't know what else to tell you guys. So here's Zebec Network's post from yesterday on Twitter. Yesterday was a big day for Zebec at XRP Las Vegas. Oh, sorry. This is from yesterday. Appreciate everyone who caught Simon on the main stage. The energy was strong all day. Straight after, Simon joined Paul Barron, TB. So I'm very excited for this interview. And he also got to hang out with some of the guys at Zebec Nation at the Sigma party on whatever that night was on the 30th. So that's actually insane. I'm extremely jealous of the guys and I'm happy for them at the same time. That sounds very, 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 very awesome. Okay, moving on. So stay tuned for the full interview with Paul Barron. More details on a big announcement next week. Okay, boom. And if you didn't get your Zebec Tangent card with XRP and ZBCN on the card, you should get it because there's only, let's check, 64 wallets left. Wow. They're running out, guys. So order if you have not. That's it for the Zebec Gazette. If you enjoyed the chaos, like, subscribe, and share Zebec Nation on X, Discord, and YouTube. And if you're tuning into the Zebec Nation podcast for the first time, welcome to the family. We have new episodes for the Zebec Nation podcast every Wednesday. We have 314 normally. What's the 314 every Tuesday, and the Zebec Gazette on Thursdays. Stay loud, stay weird, and stay tuned in. Zebec Network is inevitable. Those who persevere conquer. Peace.
Turn it up. Zebec Nation.
So shout out to Zebec Nation for those updates. So I guess we can go to X. Michelle is spelled with a Y, pronounced Michelle. What happened to Zebec supposed to drop after the Head and Shoulders on the chart? Crow, that's a good question. We might have to check that out. So moving forward, there's a Las Vegas recap happening May. I keep saying March. May. What is this? Wednesday, May 6th. I guess that's this Wednesday at 11 a.m. Eastern. It'll be 10 a.m. Let's go ahead and set your reminders. And I don't know. We might try to live stream it or talk about it after. But for some reason, my computer pauses or freezes during AMAs. I don't know. It's kind of weird. This is Ripple Zebec headquarters explain. Your job will soon pay you every 60 seconds instead of weekly.
This partnership right here kind of caught me off. Yesterday at the XRP Las Vegas conference, there was a huge partnership between Ripple and Zebec. Zebec officially partnered up with Ripple to build enterprise-grade payroll on the XRP ledger. This partnership right here kind of caught me off guard because I'm not the biggest fan of Zebec, but what I will say, the team behind Zebec is brilliant. The actual Zebec network provides a lot of utility. The coin itself, ZBCN, not as much utility because it's built on the Solana network. At the end of the day, it really is just a DEX token, their native token for Zebec Network. It'd be kind of similar to how Binance has like their native token BNB. The actual Zebec Network is actually phenomenal. So picture when you have a job and you get paid weekly or bi-weekly. On the Zebec Network, you can actually get paid from your job by the minute or by the hour. That is pretty cool. Now the actual coin itself, no, the coin cannot do that, but the network can. And that payroll system might be on the XRP ledger. This is what the partnership's about here. So it looks like while you're at work, you might be able to get paid in XRP every single minute, all thanks to this partnership between Ripple and Zebec. So look, I'm not going to say that ZBCN, their coin, is a bad coin. Not what I'm here to do. I'm here to explain the partnership news and break down the difference between Zebec Network and their actual coin, because there's a big difference between the two. But congratulations to the Zebec team on getting a massive partnership with Ripple. This is actually huge, and I can't wait to see how this partnership works out in the future.
So big shout out to Crypto DYL News. This is Captain Zach ZBCN. ZBCN pirates. It is still mind blown. Ghost and Zebec made Solana spending ghost mode. Private cards, payments, invisible stablecoin flows, real world payroll, and zero retractability. The privacy layer of Solana now powered everyday finance. Silent revolution in money. The ZBCN, I think the Zebec Network should do more to explain Zebec Network is not ZBCN, whether or not Zebec Network Simon will entice or enforce the use of ZBCN toll to enterprise clients if we just pawns in a game to enrich. Oh my God. Why do these people keep trying to disassociate the coin from the token, man? I don't know, bro. I'm gonna have to take the advice of Crypto John and stop reading Twitter. ZBCN is the token for the Zebec Network. Why would ZBCN not be used by the Zebec Network? What is this guy even talking about? Zebec Treasury Ops. Treasuries don't sit, they flow. Why it matters. Turn static treasuries to live programmable money. Bank custody, manual requests, batch processing, banking hours, delays. The ZBCN way live programmable. Zebec engine, instant execution, always on, no cutoffs. So why would just sold my ZBCN for H bar and I feel super confident. Now I'm going to listen to some. I don't know. I'm not name calling folks, but that's weird. You would sell ZBCN for H bar? That's weird. Not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. I do like the screen of this flow, but why would you sell? These guys are always trying to sell you some other freaking token, man. I would do my spiel with this, but yeah, I'm not done. I can't even look at this guy, right? I can't even keep that serious, bro. This is what I'm going to do the spiel with because I don't know what this guy's even talking about. The last guy talking about you sold your ZBCN for H bar. You're going to be sad faced, my friend. I'm going to add you to the list of clowns. You are officially a clown. Moving on to somebody who knows what they're talking about. Shout out to Captain Zach, ZBCN. I just want to see that picture. That's crazy. This fool talking about he sold his ZBCN for H bar right after Zebec signed a contract with Ripple. Yeah, man, I swear, man, some of these people on X are just on here to get clicks and to cause confusion, man, because they don't even make sense. Anyway, Zebec XRP Japan, next level finance, real-time streaming payroll hits the rising sun. XRP liquidity meets Zevec's invisible flows for seamless borderless payments. Tokyo carry trade wins shifting. This stack could power Japan's crypto adoption explosion. Silent money revolution unlocked. Right. That's why selling your ZBC and right when Japan adopted it makes absolutely no sense. Dude, what are you talking about? What kind of that Zebec for H bar comment was, yeah, this got to be rage bait, bro. That's what I'm saying, man. Twitter got too much rage bait going on. It's too much. People don't know what they're talking about, and they're just making weird comments to get people to, I don't know. I'm not even going to waste my time with that, bro. Pull my energy into nonsense. So what is actually happening? Let me see here. Let's start simple. Zebec is not trying to be a dog coin, a frog coin, a cat coin, or emotionally support hamster. Zebec is trying to solve real world money problems Why does money still move slowly? Zebec's own site describes its focus as real-time crypto payroll, seamless crypto payments, and multi-chain debit cards. It also highlights real-time payroll, where users can get paid by the second, plus a Zebec Card's super app experience. Zebec says it has 500 million in annual payroll volume, 250 enterprise clients, 50,000 monthly users on and off chain, and 18 plus chains with 150 tokens integrated. That's the part people miss. Zebec is not just saying we have a token. Zebec is saying we want money to stream, payroll, bills, spending cards, stable coins, fintech tools, and that's real world angle. Oh man, what the freak happened? What? Okay, just trying to figure out where we were reading from. Something thought I pushed up, but I guess I did not push up. Okay, here we go. So yeah. So that's the part people miss. Zebec saying we're not a token. They're saying we want money to stream, payroll, bills, spending cards, stablecoins, fintech tools, and the real world angle. Traditional payroll is like mailing a letter with a horse. Zebec is trying to make payroll more like text messages. If I work 36 seconds, I want my 36 seconds of money. Don't play with me. So, would you rather be paid every 2 weeks, every week, every day, every second? Drop in the comment. I would probably go with every day, because if I get paid every second, I'm probably going to work on and off seconds. Work some, not work some, work some. You know what I'm saying? At least for the day, I know that I worked enough to get paid for that whole day, and I better have my money. Need some charts, but think Caesar is on vacation. Martin Lucas mentioned Zebec. I found that channel to be a bit, bro. Don't even look at Martin Lucas. That clown. I need to make a list of clowns. Martin Lucas is number one in the clown group. Don't even waste your time with that guy. And I'm going to do some technical at the end. Crow, hang in there. But yeah, Martin Lucas, I fell all the way out with that guy. And once he said he didn't have ZBCN, I wanted to ban him from freaking YouTube. What are you on here talking about ZBCN for if you don't even hold ZBCN? So speaking of holders, we are at 100 and drum roll, please. 104,571. 4 hours, we added 35. 12 hours, we added 90. On the day, we added, let's break that a little bigger for you guys. So on the day, we added 300. 3 days, 828. 7 days, 1,555. 2 weeks, 3,330. Bro, a price pump is coming, man. I'm telling you guys. 30 days, 4,699. And I like if we're over 3,000 on the month and we're at 4,000, bro. We are back. He's good for stocks, but that's it. Martin, or are you talking about Caesar? I don't really care for Martin at all, bro. Even with the stocks. I don't trust anybody that's giving you videos on something they don't even own. They're not even holding. And he got mad because Zebec didn't want to use him as a official promotion or something. I don't know, but he doesn't even hold Zebec. I wouldn't have added him either, bro. You're not even a freaking holder. Why would we tell you anything? Currently we're at the 0043.88 down on the hour, 1.15 on the day, down 8.41 on the week, up 26.26 for the month, For 3 months, we are up 68.2. And for the year, we're up 83.09. And that's weird because we were higher than this Friday. So I don't know what's going on. CoinGecko, what's going on with live Coin Watch? See if we can go back to Zebec. See what they say. Zebec is at the 004. What they say? 0042604 003419. And okay, I guess live Coin Watch is higher numbers. So overall crypto market cap is 2.6 trillion, up 1.69 on the day. CNC 20 is $161.44, up 1.3. Fear and greed, we are in neutral. Altcoin season is 37 out of 100. Average crypto RSI is 53.49. And I don't know if we looked at the bubbles. I don't think we did because I actually realized I don't think I even had it up earlier. Let me see. Okay, and trade week up 30,000 in rewards. So for the bubble, when did they start doing banner announcements? Everybody's selling out. So Binance 250 million users worldwide. What the freak? They doing advertisements now on CoinGecko. So World Liberty Financial's up 5.8, Dex is up 1.8, Gala's up 1.3, AIOZ's up 25.7, Dash is up 23%, XPR's up 2.5, Turbo's up 0.8, SQD's up 5.8, Jupiter is up 1.3, Filecoin's up 1.2, CVX is up 0.7, Avast is up 0.9, Prime is up 5.6, ICP's up 1.3, and that clown Bansfield got the nerve to talk about Zebec. And at this point, I'm pretty much on the verge of war with clowns, right? Because especially that clown Bansfield, that clown goes to anything pumping that's not ICP and just hates on them, which I don't even know how ICP still messing with that clown, but whatever. Clowns will be clowns, guys. Clowns will be clowns. Tron is up 2.7. Ethereum Classic up 2.6. Hype is up 0.5. And Hype is another one to keep an eye on because Hype might do something. Oh, they changed everything. They changed that little, whatever this thing's called also. Dang, I see out here coin market cap. And you know what that means? That means there's going to be some price action coming. Anytime they waited to do these updates, that means they're expecting a lot of volume on their site. Trying to tell you guys, bro, I worked in financial services. These guys spend lots of money and lots of analysis about planning things like this. I know because I used to do analysis, planning, and forecast. The fact that they've updated this, they're expecting a lot of people to start using it, which means they're expecting some price. Somebody somewhere somehow knows something's about to happen, bro. This also came together at the right time. So, where were we? What was it? Was it Hyperliquid? What were we looking at? Let's go back to Hyper since I don't even know where I was. Where is Hyper? Okay, here. So Hyperliquid is unchanged on the hour, up 0.4 on the 4 hour. Did they always have 4 hours? On the day, up 0.4. They didn't. They added 4 hours, actually. On the day, up 0.4. For the week, it's down 0.4. For the month, it's up 14.8, and for the year, it is up 109. At a 9 billion market cap. Keep an eye on Hyperliquid. I'm going to start buying into this DCA inning. Again, not financial advice. This is just for entertainment purposes. XPR is up 2.7 on the day. Okay, Ondo's up 5.8. What's Ondo's price? Ondo's up 0.3 on the hour, 1.5 on the 4 hour, 8.5 on the day. Monero's up 0.8. 1.5 up actually. Zcash is up 1.6. Link is up 2.3. So let's get to the market movers. Bitcoin is down 0.4 on the hour, up 2.2 on the 4 hour. For the day, it's up 1.4. For the week, it's up 4%. For the month, is up 18.7. For the year, it's down 15.2. Too bad you can't just roll through the next one. Ethereum is 2,355, down 0.4 on the hour, up 0.2 on the 4 hour, up 0.8 on the day, up 2.9 on the week, 13.8 on the month, and up 30.2 on the year. Keeping it moving. XRP is down 0.5 on the hour, unchanged on the 4 hour, up 0.1 on the day, up 0.4 on the week, up 6% on the month, and down 35.2 on the year. So that's our favorite payroll processor and also the new partner with Zebec. Speaking of Zebec ZBCN, I just saw it too. I didn't want to type it in. I wanted to pull it off the chart. Dang it. I don't see it. But let me know if you guys want to add anything to the chart or if you want to make anything else that we should be tracking. So Zebec is at number 113, down from 107. On the hour, we're down 0.3. On the 4 hour, we're down 0.4. Unchanged on the day, which is good, actually. For the week, it is down 8.1. For the month, it's up 24.9. And for the year, it is up 71.1. Not financial advice, but I would say get in quickly because things are going to change sooner than you think. Market cap is 336.1 million. 24-hour trading volume 16.1. Going over to CoinMarketCap at the 0.0034, up or down 0.54 on the day. Market cap 341.9, down 0.45 for the day. 24-hour trading volume is 12 million. So let me know what you guys think about that. Let me see. I added more last evening. The addiction is real. Nothing presented has made me more to believe purchases other than crypto besides ZBCN for longer term. This is growing because which is far from the meme coin, utility and purpose, and that's what you want in crypto, or at least I do. I'm bullish on ZBCN, and believe me when I say this one you do not want to miss. Set your reminders. My main man, Pablo. ZBCN Millionaire. Has anyone launched the super app from ZBCN website? How was your experience? I would appreciate any insight. So shout out to ZBCN Millionaires. ZBCN being this community has been one of the greatest investments I've made. Get in, buy as much as you can. Make do before the great awakening of your holds. Thank you, y'all. Good blessings for thine community and thine self. Godspeed and good luck. Thank you, Zebec Investor. Appreciate that, big guy. So this is the chart, and we're at the 0034. And I wonder if we're pushing up or pushing down. We'll get to that in a second. What's up, brother from another and community? What up, Crypto Joe? Uphold needs to list exit. You know, I was literally looking at that last night, bro. You are freaking right. They need to go ahead and hook it up because I don't know why they don't have Monero. But I was mining Monero actually, and I was looking for somewhere to put it because I had it on. What is that? Trade Ogre. And then Trade Ogre went to all that madness and I lost login and all the crypto on Trade Ogre. So I had to find another wallet and I came up with Cake Wallet. So let me know if you guys know anything about Cake Wallet. It ain't a whole lot of wallets that let you hold Monero. And the Cake Wallet does. So I did put my miner to the Cake Wallet. And I'm just waiting for transactions to start rolling in and to go back and check that actually to see what happened with those transactions. So back to the news updates. Why stablecoins matters to Zebec. So here's where this gets serious. Real-time payroll sounds good, sounds cool, but what assets make the most sense for everyday payments? Stablecoins. Stablecoins are designed to track fiat currencies like dollar or yen, which makes them more practical. For payroll, pay bill, remittance, merchant payments, and fintech settlements, then highly volatile assets. Japan's government has recently supported stablecoin projects from major banks and cross-border payment testing, showing that stablecoins are increasingly being viewed as financial infrastructure, not just casino chips. Speaking of casino chips, I need to make a note of something else. You know, guys, I'm like a squirrel. I got a gazillion things going on at the same time, but did want to look at something. It reminded me. So Japan's government has recently supported stablecoin projects from major banks and cross-border payment testing, showing that stablecoins are increasingly being viewed as financial infrastructure, not just crypto casino chips. This is why the big stablecoin angle matters. If you're paying employees, contractors, creators, gig workers, and freelancers, they usually don't want to get paid in an asset that can drop 20% before lunch. Stablecoin makes real-time payments more useful. Imagine your boss pays you in a random meme coin at 9 a.m. By 9:15, your paycheck turns into a DoorDash coupon. That's why stablecoins matter. Yeah, I'd be big mad. But well, on the other hand, if you went from pennies to hundreds of dollars in a couple of minutes, but I don't know that I'd risk that. That would be kind of crazy. And I also would want to know what I would be getting paid in before they sent it. But we'll see. Zebec's strongest narrative is not just crypto payments. It is stablecoin powered real-time finance. I think Tether does. Okay, I'll check that out. What up, guys? What up, Cajun Crypto? What's going on with your fam? Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe the video so we can get it out. And comment so we can keep the stream flowing. And if you can't super chat, hit your main man with a Cash App. Just trying to keep the lights on here on the BTM Crypto News Network. And I'm telling you, the lights are getting kind of dim, bro. Now let's bring XRP Japan into the room, because every time you say XRP and Japan in the same sentence, the XRP army starts teleporting into the live stream. Ripple and SBI announced plans to distribute RLUSD in Japan, with SBI VC Trade aiming to make RLUSD available in Japan during the first quarter of 2026. That matters because SBI has been one of Ripple's most important Japan-based partners. And RLUSD gives Ripple a regulated stablecoin story inside one of the most important financial markets in Asia. Japan also moving towards major stablecoin cases, including projects involving large bank groups and cross-border payments. So the verified story is Ripple and SBI are pushing RLUSD into Japan. Japan's warming up to regulated stablecoins. XRP is building stablecoin payroll and real-time PayFi. That is the triangle. Zebec XRP ecosystem energy and Japan stablecoin adoption. I was trying to envision that in my head to make a what is this? To make a what's that called? A posting later, but I'll make a note and we'll come back to that. I definitely want to put that post together, the triangle. So keep an eye out for that on X as well. I'm not saying Zebec and Ripple aren't officially partnered unless we get verified receipts directly from Ripple or Zebec. What I'm saying is this: narratives are starting to overlap. Stablecoin payroll, XRP ledger statements, RLUSD, Japan, fintech, and real-time finance. Should Zebec build on the XRP ledger if they are not already? Type XRPL payroll if you think this would be massive. Okay, so newsflash, I'm pretty sure they are already building on the ledger, right? And they only let you know once they've been done and they started testing, guys. Just an FYI there. Once everything's working, then they clue us in, right? If there's problems, we wouldn't know about it. This Japan thing is bigger than people realize, of course, but nobody's paying attention. Cajun crypto, nobody pays attention to things start going awry, and then, oh yeah, we knew, we were talking about it. No, you weren't. Or we were wrong. Well, actually, nobody says that. They're always like, it's lies, or it's fake, or it's not gonna come, or it's not happening, and then it happens. Then guys disappear, right? You don't hear apology or why or what. It just kind of disappears. So this is the part where we protect the community, because crypto Twitter would tell you Toasted partnered with BlackRock if the candle turns green. I found third-party posts and aggregate articles claiming that Zebec and Ripple have partnerships related to enterprise payroll on the XRP ledger, including reports tied to XRP Vegas. However, I did not find clearly official Ripple press release or the Zebec press release and the search results confirming the exact partnership. So the safe way to cover it is reports and social media claims this, but we need an official confirmation from Ripple or Zebec before treating it as locked in fact. Although Simon did say it at XRP Vegas on the stage, and we got plenty of recordings of that. So it's happening. So don't say it ain't happening. Don't say it's FUD. Don't say it's fake. Don't say these guys are lying. It's happening. We're just waiting for confirmation. So here's how to keep it real. If the partnership's confirmed by an official Zebec or Ripple source, that's a huge catalyst. But until the end, we treat it as a developing story, not the gospel. So crypto rule number 1, trust but verify. Crypto rule number 2, if a random account named Moon Dragon XRP 777 says it's confirmed, maybe take 2 breaths and find the source. So for the chat, do you want to do a follow-up video only on the Zebec XRP Ripple partner claim and track down the original clip? Type receipts in the chat, and I think that's actually a good idea. We might have to go ahead and do that. But let me know in the comments, guys. Comment. You guys want to do a official, what is this? Clips to run down the actual receipts for that? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So moving on, why Neobanks and fintechs could be the real catalyst. Here's why the average person actually enters the story. Most people don't care about blockchain. They care about apps. They care about cards. They care about getting paid. They care about sending money. Zebec Cards super app messaging says Zebec Pay is designed to use blockchain speed and efficiency for everyday financial activities like salary, bill payments, and budget tracking, integrated with global payment networks. And that is the Neobanks Fintech angle. If crypto becomes more visible inside apps, payroll, debit cards, and spending, remittance, business payments, then projects building, the infrastructure can benefit without needing every user to become a DeFi expert. So the winner may not be the app screaming blockchain in your face. The winner may be the app where the user says, wow, my money just moved instantly and never even think about the rails underneath. Your auntie does not want to bridge assets, select gas fees, and pray to MetaMask. She just wants to get paid, buy groceries, and yell at the bank only twice a year instead of every Friday. I know that's right. I know that is right, because, man, the bank and this BS and these checking and payroll is ridiculous. If these guys can stream payroll, life as a whole will change, right? Life will be better, much better. Besides yelling at the bank every couple days about problems or trying to figure out when your freaking check's getting deposited. So the bigger stablecoin market narrative. This is not just a Zebec story. This is a finance story. Major finance companies are moving into stablecoin infrastructure. Reuters reported that MasterCard announced plans to acquire stablecoin infrastructure from firm BVNK for up to $1.8 billion. I need to start a quick stablecoin company, actually. Showing how serious large payment companies are taking stablecoin rails. Ripple has also building around the stablecoin payments. Reuters reported Ripple agreed to buy Rail, a stablecoin payment platform, for $200 million, aiming to strengthen Ripple's stablecoin payment capabilities. When MasterCard's buying a stablecoin infrastructure, Ripple is buying stablecoin payment infrastructure. Japan's banks are exploring stablecoins, and Zebec is building a real-time stablecoin payroll that's not random, it's a trend. When the big boys show up with billions of dollar checkbooks, that's when you stop calling it a crypto experiment and start calling it financial plumbing. So, the moment you guys been waiting for, technical analysis. The ZBCN price setup and weekend technical analysis. So, let's talk chart. This is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on YouTube trying to keep people from buying green candles like their concert tickets. YouTube, you're telling too much. I mean, chat, you're telling too much of my business. As of the latest market data I found, coin market cap showing Zebec around the 0.03406, 3407, 346, 0.03407. Up about 7% in the past 24 hours. The market cap around 346 million, with nearly a billion circulating tokens. CoinGecko showed a similar price to 0.0346 and 24-hour gain, but also noted Zebec is still down around 9.9% over the past 7 days. Hello, CoinGecko. Okay, so saying 8.9 on the day, she said 9.9. So it went up slightly, so we can live with that. Over 7 days, which means short-term bounce is happening inside a larger recent pullback. Kraken's live market page shows Zebec around 0.035 with a 24-hour high near the 0.037 and a low at 0.032. That gives us a simple short-term trading map at the 0.032. Its immediate support zone, the 0.037, is the first resistance zone, and a clean breakout above the 0.036 could open a push towards the 0.040. Let's go back to the chart. So they're saying if we break the 0.007, which is here somewhere, yeah, this is 6 and 7. We break between here, we can go up to the 0.040. So that would be here, but I'm trying to get to hell with the 0.040. I'm trying to get to the 0.005. We're trying to break the 0.005. Don't fade the 5, bro. We're trying to push past the 5. So the weekend bear scenario for the bulls. The first thing I want to see is ZBCN holding the 0.002 and the 0.032 and the 0.033. If the price keeps bouncing from the zone and the volume stays strong, then the bulls can try to retest at the 0.037. If I get a clean daily candle above the 0.037, then the next psychological level is the 0.004. So we're currently at the 0.003. You guys are saying to get above here, then naturally the next would be the 0.004. Who cares about the 0.004? I'm looking to push past the 0.005. So if ZBCN breaks the 0.036 with volume and the chat's going to turn into a family reunion, everybody will disappear during the dip, is going to come back saying, I never left. Yes, you did. Uncle Larry saw you. So the bear scenario, if ZBCN closes or loses the 0.032, then I'd be careful. That could mean the current bounce is cooling off and traders might be looking back towards the 0.003 area and the lower support zone. So Technical levels, the 0035 short-term support from the recent 24-hour area. The 0035, the current battle zone and mid-range. The 0037, the short-term breakout resistance. The 004, the psychological upside. And the 0030, the breakdown watch area if support fails. So for this weekend, I'm watching three things: the price above the 0032, the volume on the breakout, and whether ZBCN can close above the 0037. And if it does, the 0040 becomes the next obvious target. If it rejects hard, we may chop sideways or retest support. So, chat, what's hits first, the 004 or the 003? Drop your vote. None fighting unless you are family. Okay. So back over to the chat. So for the thesis, ZBCN could benefit if the stablecoins become normal inside payroll, fintech, neobank, and credit card payment apps. XRP and Ripple matter because Ripple's SBI is pushing regulated stablecoin adoption in Japan. Japan matters because it's one of the most important regulated financial markets in Asia. And ZBCN matters because Zebec is trying to build real-time money layers. Zebec is not just trying to become a crypto token. Zebec is trying to become part of the infrastructure that lets people get paid, spend, and save money instantly. If Zebec gets the right, payday might go from seeing 2 weeks to I just blink and got paid. And that's either financial innovation or the beginning of me checking my balance every 11 seconds. I know that's right? Because I'll be checking the freak out of it. Bansfield is all about clickbait, bro. Dangerous for newbies or those not researching. 21 Bamble, I think you're right, man. All these guys are freaking clickbait masters, bro. Gets you confused and you lose your freaking money. Uphold has ZBCN market cap at 391.5 million. This morning's market cap started around 347.5 million. So it's slowly shrinking for the day. See what these guys have. 340 million. 333 million. 330 million. I think you might be on to something, Alfred. It looks like it is slowly going down on the day. So this is, I want to do that Canton one. Let's run this. We'll come back to Canton. This is Crypto Crusaders and NCAT.
A deep dive into Zebec Network, and I figured why not give you guys what you want. ZBCN has been making tremendous moves lately, and ultimately I have been watching the chart for a much larger extended breakout, but I figured now would be like one of the best times to really kind of address this project, because I do suspect that we are most likely going to get a nice little pullback here where we do get a prime buying time again. Now, let's actually do a full OG throwback to when I actually first started the Ncash official channel, because I used to do breakdowns like this, and I kind of want to start doing them again. And this is the channel that I'm most likely going to utilize for pretty much all altcoin related, breakdowns. So let's actually look at the price chart number one. So right off the rip, yes, I'm looking at roughly the 0.002 level to about 0.0027. So this midline area would be a great area for us to really kind of accumulate if we see it again. It's not too much higher than where we are right now. We're talking about like a 20%, potentially even a 37% drop. Do I think that this is going to be a full drop here? Not exactly, but I still think that the market could have a potential pullback. So I'm watching for a nice level down here to be tapped. But I don't think that accumulating this one right now is a bad move either, considering the fact that we're at number 103 in terms of like the top rankings. The market cap is sub $500 million. The circulating supply, I mean, guys, 99.99% of the supply is already out there. So like all of the supply is out there. And the main thing that I'm really kind of looking at with projects like this is it all hype? Like we've been hearing about ZBCN for quite some time. And I do remember that in the XRP community, there was a few projects getting tossed around. There was like Velo, then there was Stronghold, and now we're seeing Zebec making a ton of noise. Now, some of those projects definitely do have a lot of great utility tied to it, a lot of great moves to them as well. But Zebec actually makes a lot of sense from my perspective. Again, I was missing out on this project for a bit of time because, number one, for those that are unaware, I just had my first child delivered in November. So that's been taking a lot of time away from me while I keep consistent updates pushed on the main channel. But now I'm getting a little bit more time and I'm starting to really kind of build the Crypto Crusaders group a little bit more. And I figured, why not give you guys a lot more valuable information and content? So let's actually dive on in and kind of look at what I've been missing. So number one, right off the rip, I want to start off with the ecosystem, because the ecosystem for Zebec is pretty significant. And just so that you guys can see everything here, here we have the full breakdown. So let me kind of zoom out just so that you guys can see it. So Zebec ecosystem map, we have the TradFi and payroll rails. Now these are just like payroll rails in general, like payment rails, JP Morgan, Nacha, NatPay, pretty big names. Love to see it. Then we also have the privacy side, Dash, OG token, right? We've talked about Dash in the past on the main channel. We also have DeFi and wallet infrastructure, some pretty big names as well. Love to see Uphold there. Love to see Tangent there, Stripe as well. Even World of Liberty Financial. Then we also have institutional infrastructure on the left, which you have Circle, Anchorage Digital, Uphold Institutional, Ondo, Paxos, some great names that I'm aware of. Networks and ecosystems. So this is where things get a little bit interesting, because we have a lot of great ecosystems from the community side of like some pretty big names like Algorand, Canton. We also have Stellar, Ripple. So awesome to see. I mean, again, like the names here are awesome. Even like the investors, right? You have Coinbase Ventures, GRS Ventures, Solana Ventures. Like these are names that if you're a VC in some of these, like if you're looking at like the VCs that are investing into some of these top projects, these are the VCs that you typically see. And then of course we do have stablecoin rails, RLUSD is tapped in. You have a lot of like other larger stablecoins as well, like PYUSD, even yours, also USDC. So pretty cool. In terms of like blockchains and things like that connected, you have 21 blockchains, you have 50 plus white labels, 100 plus supported countries, 150 plus assets integrated, and 30 plus exchanges. So the ecosystem is definitely growing. They've been expanding rapidly over the last couple, it's like over a year or so now. So they've been making their name known. And by the way, just going off of like support on socials, almost 300,000 followers. So the community is pretty large, 128,000 views on this, incredible engagement. So Zebec is making noise. Now, on top of that, let's go back to the white paper, because what type of utility does ZBCN as a token have? Well, it's a governance and utility token within the Zebec ecosystem, which also allows holders to participate in governance decisions that impact the network and its ecosystem. Holder voting power is proportional to the ZBCN they own, providing a decentralized approach to network upgrades and improvements. They also serve as a medium of exchange for accessing Zebec Network's services, such as real-time payment streaming. As a next-generation token, ZBCN represents an evolution from the original Zebec protocol token, ZBC, without additional token minting. The rights associated with ZBCN are governed by the protocol level rules and may evolve through community-led governance and validator consensus. Again, pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy there. Now, the tokens are specifically, well, they're primarily utilized to access and pay for streaming payments within Zebec Network services. In the ecosystem, these tokens allow users to initiate, pause, and cancel streams, interact with Zebec virtual cards, and access integrations with third-party applications across supported blockchains. The tokens are freely transferable, subject to the rules and governance of the underlying protocol and to the applicable terms of services and exchanges where they are listed. Now, on top of that, they do mention a few additional use cases down here, which I wanted to kind of go over as well, because again, this is like the full white paper. I kind of read a bit of it, kind of skimmed through it a bit as well. But this is where I'm really kind of looking into really what Zebec is trying to do and accomplish, and of course what ZBCN also really kind of plays a key role in. So Zebec Network is a decentralized infrastructure platform purpose-built to enable continuous real-time financial transactions. Its mission is to deliver programmable money flows that enhance liquidity, reduce counterparty risk, and eliminate inefficiencies inherent in traditional financial systems. The network supports streaming payments, on-chain payroll, and cross-border transfers, allowing businesses and individuals immediate access to capital. Now, the key applications that they are trying to build here, because they do have, a full infrastructure layer behind it. This includes Zebec AI or ZAI, and then ZPIN, which is like a DPIN. It's a play on words, right? So ZPIN, an IoT-enabled payment infrastructure enabling real-world crypto transactions in physical retail environments. And then PGP, which is their payroll growth partners, which is a U.S. licensed payroll entity enabling regulated off-chain integrations for real-world deployment. So this is pretty cool. Again, I would like to see this be like on-chain, off-chain as well. Like you could have it on-chain, off-chain, but it is an off-chain initiative, but that's not too concerning to me at all. They're also positioned as a decentralized real-world asset and payments infrastructure network serving both enterprises and consumers across multiple blockchains. So pretty cool. Again, the main thing that we are looking at is just how ZBCN really kind of plays a vital role. And their plans here for ZBCN is central to the governance and utility of the Zebec ecosystem. So pretty much everything around Zebec has ZBCN in mind. Very similar to like other platforms that we've talked about, like even Hedera with HBAR. So this is pretty cool. And then, of course, past achievements include the launch of the core settlement protocol, cross-chain SDK deployments, Zebec Pay app, and also the rollout of Zebec's multi-chain crypto card products. Planned but not guaranteed developments for 2025 include the Zebec Pay super app deployment, which, by the way, I love when these platforms actually stay committed and do exactly what they want to do. The super app is now live as of February 25th of this year. 1.4 million views, massive engagement, guys. Like, this is awesome. And of course, yes, ZBCN is utilized for fees. That's what I like to see. And this is powered by Circle's USDC as well. It's payroll for individuals, now available on desktop, built on Zebec Rails. This is incredible. So this already launched. Then next up, we also have the ZBCN staking and rewards, which, by the way, that also launched under the super app. On their website, you can go to superapp.zebec.io/Solana/staking. You can just connect your wallet. There's multiple wallets here as well, and basically earn 3% APY as of currently on your ZBCN. Which, by the way, that's also probably why, like, if you went over to like the holders tab, I'm not too sure if you're like looking at specific networks, but a lot of the supply is held by some of these wallets. These are most likely staking reward wallets, by the way, if anyone was kind of concerned about that. But also, they do have the card expansion, the pilot and scaling for the ZPIN, the Zebec Physical Infrastructure Network, the Zebec AI integration, and then the Zebec Vault launch as well. And yeah, I mean, this is awesome to see. Like, it seems as though they have a full stack that they want to launch. On their website, if you actually look at the ZBCN, you do have a few of the things here that you can really kind of read about. You also have the products as well as Zebec cards, payroll. This is their DPIN platform as well. This is their full breakdown of exactly what they're doing with ZPIN. That's their play on words, like I said. Now live at selected small and medium businesses in the United States as well. This is their next gen POS for stablecoin payments, which is pretty cool. Like, it seems as though they want to achieve mass adoption through a lot of their, actual major products that they're pushing. And of course, with ZBCN being utilized for fees, I definitely think that that's very exciting. But also, the main reason why I really kind of wanted to do a breakdown was on April 22nd, I saw that Zebec and Ripple were starting to kind of make some moves together. So Simon, who is, of course, the founder of Zebec, he said big things in the works. And then he posted the Ripple headquarters. I thought this was very interesting. Obviously, we haven't heard too much about this, but it really would not surprise me at all if this was like, a major partnership announcement similar to what we've been seeing already with like Stellar and even Circle. For those that don't know, here we have the announcement with Stellar. So Zebec is building on the network and going live with stablecoin payroll soon. More details to follow. That was back in March. And then we did see over here from Zebec, Stellar Org has selected Zebec as its global stablecoin payroll infrastructure provider for the Stellar ecosystem. This expands our partnership with one of the original blockchain networks in crypto, powering global payments and remittances, including a direct integration to MoneyGram's 50 million customers across Latin America and beyond. And our expansion to Stellar marks the first native payroll streaming launch outside of Solana and marks a new chapter for Zebec as our real-time payroll product begins its rollout across more payments-oriented and institutional-grade blockchains, which, like I said, this could definitely include XRP with the XRP ledger and potentially even RLUSD being really tapped in. We know that RLUSD is already a part of the ecosystem, but I think that this could just kind of expand on that. And then, of course, we do have Circle. Circle has been working with us since day one as both an infrastructure provider and also an early backer. And USDC has been at the core of Zebec's ecosystem from the beginning, powering real-world payments across payroll, card spending, and cross-border transfers. And yeah, Zebec is a part of the Circle Alliance program member and is also helping expand how stablecoins are used across real-world applications and on-chain payments. And that's all through, of course, that deep inside of the game, through like POS systems, but also you have payroll and things like that. So this is awesome. And yeah, you do have a lot of things tied back to Zebec. You even have the cards and stuff like that. It's already accepted at 100 million plus merchants worldwide. Like they've been making, like, believe it or not, like Zebec has been making a lot of noise. It's just that a lot of people haven't really been listening up until recently. So they're killing the game. We do have some of the impact here. So like $500 million in annual payroll volume. We also have 250 plus enterprise clients, 50,000 plus monthly users on and off chain, and then 18 plus chains and 150 plus tokens integrated. So they are really moving fast, and it's awesome to see. I think that this is very bullish. And then if we really look at their vision, they build blockchain-powered financial products that transform how people live and work. And I definitely think with what we're already starting to see here from Zebec, I don't think that they're going to have a problem achieving that at all. Like they are starting to really move fast. They already have a ton of companies under their belt tied back to the Zebec ecosystem to really kind of expand it. And they already have a ton of great partners, including a lot of names that, we know about as well. So it's awesome. It's awesome. It's incredible. And yeah, I'm very excited about Zebec. I'm very excited to see where it goes. The two main negatives from my point of view with Zebec, and the only two things that I would change. I wish that the team behind Zebec had a little bit more experience in finance. And I'm talking about like the first three names here, like the CEO, the CMO, and even the head of MMA and also capital markets. But again, like I don't think that that's like a big negative thing. Like, yeah, some of the experience here is a little bit lackluster compared to some of the other ecosystems that we know about. But like that's not going to be like a major drawback or anything like that. The main thing that I really kind of look at with any sort of project like this is if the team is fully doxed. And yes, their team is fully doxed from their advisors to the actual names behind it. That's like the only negative that I could really kind of find here. Beyond that, like they are absolutely killing the game. Like they are pushing forward. They're actually launching things that they outlined in their white paper back in 2025. So it seems as though they're actually starting to really kind of, do the thing that they wanted to do and accomplish. So they're absolutely killing the game. They're doing a very solid job. I think that if you can, buy the dip on this and just accumulate, I mean, realistically speaking, I've seen charts where we look back in time and like buying anything around these levels down here won't matter. Like when some of these projects really kind of go crazy, it's questionable on how high they can go. But when you look back, like the buying opportunity, when you see it, it might not seem like a buying opportunity. You might be even scared to buy, but for the most part, like you really want to start looking at some of these projects that are doing, some crazy things. Like Zebec is still kind of under. I want to call it like an underground token still, because like again, like not a lot of people are really looking at it. Yes, their engagement is crazy. Yes, they do have a strong community, but for the most part, like, you know, Zebec is still outside of the top 100, which means it has a lot more potential left in it. So overall, main thing that I would change is just simply like, yeah, a little bit more experience from the team, but I don't think that I don't think that they have to really worry about that. I think that they're killing it right now. I think that they're doing a great job. I think that ZBCN, if they continue to do what they're doing, if they continue to expand the way that they are, and if they continue to see the type of momentum that they see on their socials, that kind of translates into just the apps being utilized, people tapping in, utilizing these platforms as well. I don't think that they're going to have a problem being a very successful project in the space. So with that being said, hope that guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, definitely like, subscribe, set notifications on. If you guys want more free content, you guys are more than welcome to follow us on X, as well as join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Hey, this is Crypto Neptune. Today I wanted
What up, YouTube? What up, X? What's going on? So, Alfred, hopefully we can hold the price at the 0033 at the low for the day. Either way, we're still on a bullish pattern and hoping for a God candle at some point in May. Alfred, I think you're right. I think we are going to push hard at some point in May. I thought it would be right after the XRP Vegas, but it might take some time, but there's going to be a hard push. People still saying XRP and Zebec are not working together because people are clowns, man. What up, Tony? People are clowns. At this point, I mean, I literally saw Crypto John say it. And after he said it, it made sense, right? There's a lot of rage baiting, a lot of haters, a lot of people that are just trying to get clicks on X. So a lot of information on X is garbage, pure garbage, right? A lot of people trying to get you to join Discord and just nothing financial, right? Just a bunch of clowns trying to get attention, especially after these kids were coming after us in the Zebec Nation about Zebec. And the killing part is this clown was like, I walked into the FBI field office. Soon as I heard FBI field, I stopped listening, bro. Like, bro, what are you talking about? First off, why would the FBI be concerned about a low cap crypto, right? Right. It's not even over 500 million. Second off, why would the FBI be listening to you to investigate cryptos? That's stupid. I can't even call myself bad. It's just stupid, right? It's just stupid. Why would the FBI even be concerned about that? And third, why would they be investigating a legit crypto, right? Because it's like not legit. And then the funny part too was he's like, I'm going to make sure ZBCN, Zebec doesn't get on stage at the XRP conference. I was like, bro, stop it. Who are you? Right? You're somebody that, oh my God. Clown 1 says something, Clown 2 says something. Make sure Zebec doesn't, bro. You're not even a speck in imagination, much less an actual influencer, much less somebody who's going to get Zebec off the stage. These guys have been working with Zebec the whole time. They're just now talking about the partnerships. They've been working together, man. Like, keeping it moving. How could people still FUD Zebec? I don't know, Tony, but it's weird. Huge announcements this week. Yeah, I know, right? So we'll see. BATX. What is BATX? NXTX is something working with how? What? What is BATX? Is it BTX or you hit the wrong button? Because I'm probably doing a town video this evening, so that would be cool too. But let's finish this video and then we'll shut it down for the day. This is Crypto Neptunes.
To discuss, is there a potential deal between Zebec Network and ADP? They have left us several clues, so we're going to dive into it in this video. And like always, nothing I say is financial advice. So if we go and look at the Zebec ecosystem map, underneath TradFi and payroll, they have JP Morgan, NatJaPay, NatPay, and lo and behold, ADP. The connection with ADP is Zebec Network already has ADP advisors. So I would venture to say that they definitely still have some connections within ADP, and those talks are going on behind the scenes. There is a reason why Zebec Network put ADP here. So I envision their goal is to strike a deal and make moves towards getting a deal done with ADP. And I wouldn't be shocked because they have gone out and made deals with heavy hitters: Anchorage Bank, Circle, Ondo, AllUnity, Uphold, USD1 and World LibertyFi, Briar Capital, Solana Ventures, Dash. The list goes on and on and on. Ripple, of the partners that they are willing to go out and talk to. They're not afraid to go out and make deals and talk to people. But here's where it gets interesting. So it says, what if Zebec tapped ADP's payroll ocean? ADP accounts for 3.3 trillion annual payroll volume. And this accounts for 1.1 million clients. So you are tapping into a huge client base. So it's easier for Zebec to connect to ADP's client base and get them upgraded to Web3 payroll scale. Easier for them to do that. But they account for 1 in 6 workers. So this would be a tremendous amount of volume that could potentially come back to Zebec Network. You know, they've been doing this for a while. They've been doing it for 75 years, and you would be updating ADP from their old payment rails to the upgraded payroll ecosystem of Zebec Network. So they've been doing it for 75 years, but this is a big number of payroll. And again, ADP is the who's who in payroll. And then, so imagine this though. So let's say Zebec captures 1% of ADP volume. We're just saying 1%. And it could be like fractions of percent also, but this is just like hypothetical, looking at the future. You would account for 33 billion flowing through Zebec. Streaming payroll, real-time on-chain. So imagine like this way of moving money in the future. That is a tremendous amount of volume on ZBCN. So like, even if they capture fractions of volume of all these different payroll providers and clients and all this list of partners that they have, you are still capturing a nice batch of volume, and it's going to continue to increase over time. Because one of the biggest pain points for a lot of the payroll systems is that instant settle. You know, sometimes it settles next day, sometimes it settles 3 days. If you are upgrading to Zebec's system, it's instant payments by the second. And what a pitch it would be for not only for ADP, but for their clients to say, hey, we can pay you by the second now because we have upgraded our systems. And it also reduces costs and fees because of how Web3 is set up. So, but that is a huge number, 33 billion. And again, I lowballed it. I probably could have went to fractions too. 2% of ADP volume, that's 66 billion flowing through Zebec, streaming payroll real-time on-chain. So that is a lot of scale. And again, it takes one of these clients or one of these partners to have significant inflows to change the game from Zebec Network's volume to increasing Zebec Network's volume. So you're moving into heavy utility. So you'll have all these inflows streaming through the super app and all these clients continuing to scale year by year. Like the way things are in 2026 is not going to be the same the way things are in 2030. So the world is going to be changing in a lot of different ways, and they're going to be going towards these payroll streams, paying with digital cash or stable coins. And that's the roadmap that Zebec's going down. You know, could ADP potentially have their own stablecoin in the future? I mean, it's definitely possible. We've seen JP Morgan go that way. We've seen Western Union go that way. We've seen a lot of them go that way, if that makes sense. And okay, so what does ADP account for with those 1.1 million in clients? So they do small businesses, they do medium businesses, they do large businesses with well over 1,000+ employees. They tapped into like a variety of different industries: restaurant, hospitality, manufacturing, professional and technical services, construction, financial services, retail, healthcare. They tap into government and education, and then nonprofit and social services. So they tap into a big amount of a client base. And then again, they have partners in various different other areas here. So you kind of get the point of what's going on here with what they're trying to achieve. So again, looking at the numbers, this is pretty impressive. And also, here's where we're looking at with Zebec's price. So currently we are up 4.4% over the last 24 hours. 0.0033 is where we're looking at. And let's see. Yeah, social dominance is up 101% over the last 24 hours. So there's a lot of buzz around Zebec Network. And a lot of it has to do with, again, Simon attending XRP Las Vegas and Simon being on the Paul Barron show. So make sure you go and tap into that interview. And again, it says Zebec Network creators is up 27.06%. Yeah, more creators are now talking about Zebec Network. And then Zebec Network mentions is up 29.38% from the previous week. Zebec Network posts created is up 20.13% from the previous month. Yep, and then, you know, here's all this. Shouts out to the community, all of these individuals here. Crypto Nerd, Cade, ZBCN Man. Is that Tani? Zebec Lantern, ZBCN Legend, Captain Zach, ZBCN, Ghost, XRP Dunce, Zebec Network. Yeah, so shouts out to them for creating content. And so currently getting 11.68 million in trading volume over the last 24 hours. So that volume is up a $339 million market cap. So Zebec is looking pretty strong here as we continue into May. The super app, as far as the mobile version, we should be seeing that sometime in May. So look for that. But there is a lot to be excited about. Again, huge opportunity here with ADP and how that could potentially scale Zebec Network. I want to thank you for listening to this video, and thanks for stopping by.
For the token, and we're also going to talk about the updates from XRP Las Vegas and Zebec. So if that sounds good to you guys, we're also going to look at the Bitcoin chart, having a look across the crypto bubbles first. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe to the channel, guys. It's absolutely free to do, and it helps the channel grow and would be greatly appreciated. Okay, so mostly green today, guys. Not really as much of a mixed bag. We're seeing, like I said, mostly green. Sky AI has been going nuts. It is up almost 900% on the month, 319 on the week, 81% on the day. Now, I looked into it, if you're wondering, and the only reason that Sky AI is pumping, from what I've been able to determine, is that it got a recent listing on BitGet. That's it. It's a pure momentum play. There has been no major new fundamental announcements, apparently. This is just a listing pump. That is absolutely massive for a listing pump. In fact, too massive, if you ask me. 900% in a month because of a listing on BitGet? I mean, hell, I'll take it. Congratulations to everyone who holds the token. It just seems a little bit off. So if you've heard something about Sky AI that I am missing, that I have not been able to find, if there's some sort of an announcement that I have been unable to connect with, let me know in the comment section, guys. I would love to know if there's more to this story or not, because 900% in a month because of a BitGet listing seems a little bit extreme for me. But I digress. Dash is having a good time as well. Outside of that, guys, meme coins are starting to have some life breathed back into them as well. As we see Bitcoin broke above $80,000, which we're going to have a look at. Does this mean that the market is going to have a little bit more runway to the upside? We're going to look at the Bitcoin chart and try to figure that out. All right, guys, looking at Bitcoin here, as you can see, we've broken above our red box here, which was the rejection zone. We've broken above it. We got all the way up to 80,652-ish on Binance. And right now, currently 80,243, right? Looking pretty strong. But again, it matters most where these candles close, guys, not where they wick to, right? We could still come all the way up to around 81,323 on today's close, or a little bit higher, around 81,400 tomorrow. We could come up to the top trend line. We could even wick above the top trend line and then but as long as we keep closing candles inside the bear flag, right, we have not broken out. So we'll see what happens here, but so far, very, very interesting stuff, guys. Very interesting stuff. We'll see what happens. Let's go to the lower time frames and have a bit of a look. I had to cough there. I want to have a look at the RSI and stuff like that. So let's bring that up. Let's have a look at the RSI, see what's happening here. Yeah, there's still potential on the lower time frames here for more upside. We're only at 64.23 on the RSI on the 4-hour time frame, right? A lot of room for growth. We could come up here today, guys. We really could, around 81,000 ish, 81,400. We could do that today. There's room. We're not overbought at all, right? We're still a little tiny. We're tiny. We're inching and squinching overbought, but there's a lot of room for growth to the upside. Go to the lower time frame. Same thing on the 1 hour. Let's look at the 8-hour. RSI is a little bit higher on the 8 hour, sitting at about 60, almost 69. Nice number, very nice number. One of my favorites. 12 hours, 67.94. So yeah, and then let's go to the daily time frame for the RSI, 66. There's a lot of room on the RSI here, guys, for more upside for sure. So keep an eye out for that. We'll see if we wick above. Maybe we come all the way up to the 200-day moving average here at 83,572. Wick up there, reject off, and come back down inside or something. That's possible too, right? What you got to remember, 30% chance that we break to the upside out of the bear flag, 70% chance we break to the downside. I'm starting to see a lot of people counting their chickens before they hatch, which is starting to make me a little bit bearish, right? A lot of people, we're still inside of a bear flag, and I'm seeing people in the comment section and on X and everything like that talking about how lower, they're talking like we broke to the upside out of the bear flag or something, and that we're moving up here to 100,000 or something, that it's already like, you know, signed, sealed, and delivered. When that happens, it starts to make me bearish, because when people are that convicted that they start making putting the cart before the horse, potential downside, guys. But we'll continue to track it. We'll continue. There is, like I said, there is a lot of room on the RSI anyways for upside movement. So we'll see what happens. All right, so another factor is the macro news, and so far the macro has been coming out fairly good. We're seeing Besant this morning saying that the Strait of Hormuz is now under U.S. control, which is bullish. We have this as well. The Fed is apparently going to be making an emergency announcement today in about an hour and a half from the time I'm filming this video. I do not know what that announcement is. Maybe Powell's resigning early or something. I have no idea. I'm just speculating, right? But keep an eye on this as well. Emergency rate cut, emergency rate hike. I have no idea, right? But either way, there is an announcement coming out. Be careful with your leverage trading today, guys, as it seems that we're going to have high potential volatility, right? So the macro news is going to play a big factor, right? If we all of a sudden get into a firefight with Iran, well, you know what? That could spook markets, or we could hear an announcement that it's officially over, and that could pump markets, right? So also be paying attention to the macro. It's going to be very, very key in all of this, guys, right? Some people think that you can just look at a chart, know for sure what's going to happen, and pay absolutely no attention, think that there's absolutely no effect on markets from the macro, from the president, from the wars, and all that kind of stuff, right? Those are inexperienced people in the market, in my opinion. All right, guys, bit of an update here on the Zebec from XRP Las Vegas event. As we see, there is a Spaces tomorrow. We're doing a Spaces tomorrow on X. Zebec is with all the recaps from Las Vegas. I'm very excited to listen to this, guys. We're going to get perspective from Simon on what he thinks about the XRP Las Vegas event, how he felt things went, and an update here on the channel for me. As I told you guys before, Simon is he's going to be coming on the channel. I got the opportunity to have a talk with him. So I fired him off an email because he gave me his personal contact information. I fired him off an email yesterday. I just before I started this video, I got an email response from him. So we are in correspondence. So I'm very excited about that. We'll let you guys know what's happening. I'm looking at right now the Zebec mini documentary series, similar to what we did with Jasmine. It looks like we're going to be doing a 3 or 4 part, potentially documentary series on Zebec here, connecting with Simon in this way. So very, very bullish about that. Keep an eye, guys. Make sure you're locked in. Hit the like and the subscribe button for that. Let's get into this Canton partnership. All right, guys. Very bullish new partnership announcement here out of Canton. Let's get into it. Croesus and Canton Network partner to advance institutional blockchain adoption. Chainwire, as per Chainwire. The collaboration will address the need for easier implementation.
Nautilus. I think that's Nautilus. I think. What is this? X. What is that? What is this? XTIX. Is that XTIX? Not found. What is this? XTIX Nautilus. Is this what you're talking about? Whoa. 3 million market cap. That's what I'm talking about. Down 100, down 41%. I need to research this guy. What is this? This is hello. Nautilus Network. I need to research that for later. Crypto Goat 1-on-1. Future people were bad mouthing you in Archie's stream. He defended you. Who is future people and who is Archie? I know you ain't talking about Archie Crypto. I know you ain't talking about that guy. Actually, Archie defended me? I can't believe you. I got to see this. Archie Crypto defended me? I guess I'll shout out to Archie. This Archie? Oh my God, this guy? Oh wow. I guess I'll shout out to my main man Archie. Yeah, because these guys went crazy. Future people were bad mouthing you in Archie's stream. Really? When was this stream? I gotta check this out. But you know what that means? Shout out to the BTM army and the BTM mob. People are talking about me. What is that? No news is crypto future. Crypto future. What? Well, what is that? No press is bad press or something. But that's actually pretty cool. They're actually talking about me. That's crazy. That's kind of weird too. But regardless of the fact, I think we can end the stream. Might hit you up. Crypto Goat, can you show me? Can you send me the link or send me the video you're talking about? And just send it to Black Tiger Miner at gmail.com and let me know about this Nautilus Network, Ticket Network or whatever it is. And I'll see if I can find that stream, but we'll shut it down. So drop a ZBC in the comments. If you think Zebec is early, drop XRP. If you think the XRP Japan stablecoin story is bigger than people realize, drop PayFi if you want, or if you believe real-time money is the next big crypto narrative. Like the video, subscribe, and share with one friend who thinks crypto is only monkey JPEGs, dog coins, because the next wave might be payroll, stablecoins, and neobanks and real finance. But thanks for joining. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, let's get back to the money, guys, and stay dangerous. Peace in hair grease. Miners out.